All right. Unit 9 video discussion. Jump right into it here. So I Will Follow Him by Little Peggy March. What are the themes in I Will Follow Him? I thought the themes were love and loyalty. She talks a lot about, following him wherever he goes and loving him until the day she dies. Um, yeah. Is it stronger than the doormat themes of earlier decades? Definitely. She seems like she's truly in love with this man instead of kind of the previous traditional gender roles where a woman was seen as just the caregiver, the cooker, the cleaner. This seems more of a true love than that. So I would say yes, it is stronger than the doormat theme. How much has this changed in contemporary society? It's kind of hard to say because I do believe, just like what I just spoke about, those traditional gender roles, there still is a ton of fake love out there today. But I mean, especially between the internet and dating apps and just online life in general. But at the same time, there are still a lot of real relationships and true love that I see around me. So it's a little hard to say. It's My Party by Leslie Gore. Is this song any stronger? Stronger isn't quite the word I would use. I would use different before I use stronger, but I mean, it is more impactful maybe. Um, but yeah, the theme of the song is just different, so I don't think stronger is quite the word. But is this song still played? Yes, this song is very iconic. It's still played all the time. Uh, and I think this is because it's not only, got a catchy hook, but the lyrics are relatable to anyone who has had, their lover run off with someone else. And people love music that they can relate to, especially in a time like this, like a time of sadness where maybe the person you're with ran off with someone else. And it's kind of hard to cope with those feelings. Feeling reassured from, an artist who has experienced the same thing and has put that in a song can, make you feel better when you listen to it. So, moving on, You Don't Own Me by Leslie Gore. This song has been described as a song that captured the change in consciousness in the 60s. Do you agree? Yes, so this was just following World War II, right? So a lot of society was pushing for women to return to their traditional gender roles. So I think the whole "you don't own me, I don't tell you what to do, so don't tell me what to do. I live a free life. I'm free, and I like to be free." All those lyrics, they kind of encapsulate the consensus I believe women held at that time, especially among working women. Um, yeah, when society was trying to return them to their prior roles, right? The Leader of the Pack by Shangri La. Describe the girl. How old is she? Why is she attracted to this boy? Well, in the beginning, there's kind of like a gossipy background conversation about this boy picking her up from school, and also the fact that they met in a candy shop as opposed to like a bar or something. And they discuss school all the time, right? So it kind of told me right off the bat that the girl's probably in high school. She most likely likes this boy because he was a bad boy who was the leader of a popular crowd, who didn't follow the norm. So I don't know. I can't tell if, like, I think the boy is definitely older. I don't know if he's still in high school or not. But yeah, he, whatever, can drives around, seems to have gotten in trouble before, kind of giving him this rebel um, title. So I think that's why she's attracted to him. Um, what social issue is being addressed in this song? I think it's just that, falling for the rebel type or just a troubled person in general and thinking you can fix them is kind of the social issue being addressed. Why was it popular at this time? Well, not too sure because didn't live through that era, but I'm assuming it's because maybe women had more, social and romantic freedom at this time now, and they were just beginning to, kind of experiment with relationships and the excitement around that, and I'm sure a lot of younger girls probably related to that. My Girl by the Temptations. Very popular song. My dad still sings it all the time. Does it reinforce any gender stereotypes? Excuse me. Yes. So this man, he kind of seems to believe that all of his happiness is derived from this woman. And then he constantly says, my girl, my girl. Can't you see she's my girl? And in a possessive manner. Um, it's almost as if he wants to possess his happiness that this woman gives him instead of actually, having a two-sided relationship that they can grow through together. With a few changes, could it be sung by a woman? Yes. If you simply changed girl to boy, it could be sang by a woman. Because none of the other lyrics really insinuate anything gender-oriented. These boots are made for walking. By Nancy Sinatra, another song my dad still has on repeat. Does this song have a strong message? Yeah, it has a very strong message in my opinion. It's about a man who isn't treating his woman correctly, and she's kind of taking a stand for herself and leaving him, moving on to someone better, conveying that she's going to kind of show him up and, you know, teach him a lesson or show him what he's going to miss out on, by leaving or by not having her by his side. Hence the lyrics, one of these days, these boots are going to walk all over you. How is this woman different from the compliant voices we've heard before? So she's, just like I said, she's standing up for herself, knowing she deserves better. Instead of, getting down about it and sad and mourning the loss of this man, she's ready to move on and show this man up. And then after watching the music video, do the visuals change the meaning? No, if anything, it kind of confirms the meaning that I had in mind. She seems as if she's out for revenge, and she has kind of a smug grin on her face, showing that she's not sad about it. She's not angry. She's kind of just excited to move on and show this man what he's missing. And then moving on to Joan Baez, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. What's new about the perspective of the woman in this song? I was a little confused on what I meant by what's new, but it seems as though her perspective does kind of change within the song as it goes on. At first, she's adamant on leaving him, and then throughout the course of the song, she's kind of hesitant to. And, she says how she would love to stay, but she can't. To me, it just seems like a toxic relationship that, even though she loves him and he loves her, they both need to move on for the better. Judy Collins, Both Sides Now. What's the perspective of the woman singing the song? How has she changed? The perspective is kind of seeing the world in a different way after growing up and maturing, in my opinion. So, everything you see and experience around you is no longer as it was when you were a kid, right? You don't see only the good in everyone, only the sunshine and the rainbows and butterflies. When you get older, you experience more things in life. You see the bad sides of people. You see the dark sides of love and heartbreak. And so to me, all in all, it seems like her perspective is that she has a more real life grasp on the world instead of just like the happy ever after fairy tales that we all know and love when we were or knew and loved when we were kids, I guess. Joni Mitchell, The Circle Game. What is being expressed in this song? So I think cherishing the present moment is what's being expressed in this song. She's, at the start of the song, she's kind of admiring this child's innocence, and I think it causes her to kind of flash back and look back on her own adolescence in a happy way. She says, "We are held captive on the carousel of time. We can only look behind from where we came." Meaning we can never go back and experience those happy childhood memories again, but we can cherish those memories and live in the present. And I think it's almost also kind of a reminder that even if things aren't as good as they once were, like in your present life, not to just dwell on those memories and say, oh, I wish things were like they were back then, but instead to kind of plan for the future by living in the present and being happy with what you have now. And then the last song by Buffy St. Mary, He's a Pretty Good Man, if you ask me. What images of masculinity is this song offering up? I think it's saying that being masculine is more than just being, strong and hardworking. It's also, loving gently and passionately and caring for people, being emotionally and mentally sound, as well as physically, But it's more than just the physical trait, is what she's getting at when she talks about how masculine her man is. And then what traits does the man have? What traits does or might he not have? Well, she describes the man as, big and strong with broad shoulders, but also describes him as funny and thoughtful and caring. And then, yeah, he may not have a ton of money and surely has his own issues, so maybe those are things he doesn't have, but all in all, he is a good man who is doing his best to love and care for her. I mean, she says how he's never missed a birthday and does all these things to make her feel wanted and loved. And so yeah, it's just there's a lot more that goes into masculinity than just big strong muscles and lots of testosterone, right? There's the emotional side and being able to love hard and passionately, as well as being emotionally sound. So yeah, that is my Unit 9 video discussion. Thank you for watching.